Welp.
What am I doing? Welp. Here I am on YouTube.
Here I also am on YouTube.
This is my daughter Katie. If you're wondering who is that and why is she sitting next to Nathan, yeah, Katie is here visiting with me, and Katie is a ginormous Ariana Grande fan. And I probably said that wrong or whatever, but I know very, very little about Ariana Grande. And so I'm not going to pretend that I can talk about it at all. I'm going to let Katie do all the talking. But tell us a little bit about this particular song, because I got nothing.
Okay, well, unlike you, I know far too much about Ariana Grande and the entirety of her career and everything that built up to this video specifically. This one is directed by Dave Meyers. He also did her God is a Woman music video, and I think The Light is Coming as well, and they're both off of her Sweetener album, which came out in 2018.
Okay.
Sweetener was released after the 2017 Manchester attack. Did you hear about?
Yes.
That was back when 22 people died. It was May 22nd. But basically this album and this era was built up after that happened, and the music that she worked on and wrote leading up to that is put in this album. Her Sweetener album, comparatively to the rest of them, is a lot more experimental and a lot more like vocal production, and she was also involved a lot more in the production of this album.
Okay.
Alongside Pharrell Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He was a big producer on this album as well.
Oh, okay.
This video, it was basically just everything is kind of like the concept was all like upside down, and like, you know, her world was kind of all crazy, and she went and dealt with the pain and then came out with this song. And it is obviously in co-writing with a couple of other artists, but it was like her comeback after the Dangerous Woman album from 2 years prior, and after this, like, recovering from this whole situation.
I know nothing about any of that stuff, but that's okay. As somebody who is new and absolutely knows nothing about Ariana Grande, because I challenge you to pick a song that you're like, would be a good song to, like, you know, show, you know.
I think the reason I picked this one more over a different one, because I have other Ariana Grande songs that I think are better than this one, to be honest.
Okay.
But the videography and the lyricism and like the overall everything is one of the best like of her career, in my opinion.
So it's kind of like the whole package.
Yeah, this is the most whole package thing. It has like a good message, and you can tell she worked hard on it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's enough for me. All right. Well, let's give it a listen and a watch then, shall we? Here we go. Boom. Whoa. Well, that shot didn't cost anything. Whoa.
Right now I'm in a state of mind. I wanna be in like all the time. Ain't got no tears left to cry. So I'm picking it up. I'm living, I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. I'm living, so we turn it up. Yeah, we turning it up. Ain't got no tears in my body. I ran out, but boy, I like it. Don't matter how, what, when, who tries it. We out here vibing. Even when it's raining down, can't stop, so shut your mouth. And if you don't know, then I know it, babe. Yeah. Right now the colors of you. I see them too, and boy, I like them. I like them. I like them. We way too fly to partake in all this hate. We out here vibing. We vibing. We vibing. Even when it's raining down, can't stop now. Can't stop, so shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. And if you don't know, then now you know it, babe. No, babe, yeah. Right now I'm in a state of mind. I wanna be in like all the time. Ain't got no tears left to cry. So I'm picking it up, picking it up. I'm loving, I'm living, I'm picking it up. I'm living, so we turn it up. Yeah, we turning it up.
Huh.
So before you react, I do want to explain a thing or two because I know the deeper thing behind it. Because the thing about Ariana Grande is she's this ginormous pop star, like top streamed female on Spotify, on like multiple music platforms, well awarded. So the music, when you just listen to it, you're just sort of like, I've heard this on the radio a million times, because that is part of the intent. But she also has this layer that is only visible to like further fans. So things that you would not even notice in the video, I can see, and I know why they're important, and I know the deeper meaning behind them. So the whole video itself, the flipping, the everything is like that, and having her like face all set down like that, is her way of showing that it, like, the world and people are like multifaceted, and that it's not necessarily what you perceive. Because a lot of people, you know, you just watch that and you just perceive, oh, it's just a pop star doing a little dance all over the place. You mean, someone else is behind the wheel, but she also took part, like talked with Dave Meyers about how she wanted it to represent this multifaceted. Also, there are little like Easter eggs within it of like about at the time, because I remember this premiere of this video. I remember watching it and looking for the Easter eggs, and some of them are like the track list for the album. Or at the very end, she has a little bee that buzzes by, and that's the symbol for Manchester, like the city Manchester, where the attack was. Yeah. So lots of little things like that that a lot of people wouldn't even notice.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool.
Yeah.
So I've like you say, I've heard it. I haven't heard it, like I don't listen to the radio that often. So once it started playing, I was kind of like, oh, is this a cover?
Yeah.
Just because I don't know. Obviously, she wrote the song.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a very catchy tune, obviously, and you know, I like all of that. I really liked all the cinematography in it. I think that was really impressive. And one of the things that I was thinking while it was playing was just how like in the cinematography, they're not just like, look at this cool gimmick that we're using where I like walk around the room. Yeah. Like there was some times when she's just like, they cut to another shot and she's just sitting on the side, and it's not like, and now we're going to like pan around and show the real view of it. Yeah. You're kind of like stuck in that frame, and it's not that it's problematic. It's just, it has a statement by doing that instead of just like making it all feel like, I've seen plenty of music videos where there's a gimmick. Yeah. And they're like playing with some kind of gimmick the whole time. And in this one, it wasn't kind of like, look, we've got people sideways and we've got people standing up. It wasn't like that was the gimmick that was going on. It was more like, almost like your brain has to try and piece that together and make sense of it. Yeah. And it's not easy to make sense of it. And I like that. That's more artistic than just simply like,
Yeah.
I have a bunch of money, I made a really expensive video, and here's all the things I did with it. That's not what I got from it.
Well, that is thematic with the Dave Meyers music video. So there's 2 other ones that are Ariana Grande's that he worked on. And I know he's done a bunch of other stuff. But they are a lot more creative based, and they have, like, interesting concepts to them. So, like, plays around with light. He likes to play around with the light and the movement of everything and the shadows, and it's cool. It's really cool. But one thing about this music video also is, like, one of the reasons I'm such a huge fan of Ariana Grande is her vocal arrangement capabilities. She does a lot of her vocal arranging on her own. She'll just record a thing and go, okay, and now I'll do the next harmony, and then record the next one.
Wow.
That is difficult to do. I had it from experience in the studio. It's hard. But the very, very beginning clip of just the entrance, almost like an angelic chorus, everybody who's, like, a fan knows that that's, like, the key piece, and wishes that it was part of the, like, recording on Spotify or Apple Music.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, it was a good kind of introduction to it.
Yeah.
I won't say that I'm kind of like, okay, now I want to see all of the Ariana Grande. You know, that would take time, but it's good to know the context behind it rather than just kind of like, here's Ariana Grande, I really like her, and I would just be like, man.
Yeah.
Knowing the background makes it much easier for me to understand, and that makes me more curious about future ones. So, thank you for that. Okay.
No
And thank you for listening to us ramble on about Ariana Grande. And
anytime.
yeah, and if you want to hear more of me rambling on, you won't get to hear Katie ramble on so much. But if you want to hear more of my reaction to stuff, check out all the things. We have a lot of bands and musicians, and we're even starting up some TV stuff lately. So check them out, and we'll see you in the next one.